Good morning, Joyce. That's right. This crash involved spike strips and a fiery crash in Fife. The driver is right now in Tacoma General behind me recovering from injuries, and when he gets out, he can expect to face some charges. Let's start out with some DO cam footage of the incident and tell you what happened here. State Patrol says they spotted a car driving recklessly on I-5 near the Thurston-Pierce County line. That's when the chase started. Spike strips were deployed at 72nd Street and I-5, but the driver kept on going on 705, then 509. Eventually, the driver lost control, flipped over, and then ended up like this. The mangled sedan caught on fire. The troopers say that the driver still refused to get out of the car despite it being on its roof. They then used a non-lethal beanbag gun, shot the window of the car, and the driver did comply and was arrested. The 40-year-old man had a felony warrant out for his arrest. Again, was taken to the hospital to be treated for his injuries sustained in that fiery crash. But once he is released from the hospital, he will be booked in Pierce County Jail. Live in Tacoma this morning, Vanessa Mashanya, King 5 News. Back to you guys.